what's up guys, it's Lego Hobo 910 here with another Lego video. And in this video I'm going to be reviewing the Lego Batman movie minifig series, also known as Series 20, and this has extra minifigs. Normally it's around 16 minifigs. This series has 20, and I'm going to be reviewing from the top left of the sheet, across the row, and across that row, and so on until I get to the bottom right of the sheet. Now let's get right into the first minifig. First up is Lobster Loving Batman. As you can see, he's wearing a bathrobe and is holding a plate of lobster thermidor. And in there's this cute little lobster mold that has some eyes printed on. And on the plate, there is some lettuce and some yellow sauce and some other like green dots for seasonings. I'm not exactly sure what lobster thermidor is, but I think that's to make it look more like lobster thermidor instead of just lobster on a plate. If you take that off, you can see the printing even better. And yeah, he's just wearing a bathrobe, and it has some nice, I'm not exactly sure what you would call that pattern, some circles and lines and stuff on it. And the front of the bathrobe is open, and you can see all his abs and muscles. There's some printing on the legs, and the legs are double molded as well. Printing on the arms, and he's just wearing his cowl. And if you take off the cowl, you can see his face a bit better there. And once again, just using the white headband to get the eyes. This is kind of going back to the classic Batman, where instead of having the black headband and the white eyes printed on like they've been doing, they just have holes on the mask where they have the white eyes. And then as you can see, there's no reverse head. Next up is another variant of Batman. This is Glam Metal Bat. He is kind of based off of Kiss, and he looks like he would work perfectly well in Kiss. And as you can see, he has this guitar here, which he can just hold. And if we take that out, you can see it a bit better. There's quite a lot of printing there. None on the back, and there's not like a stud there or something for that hand to hold. Just holds it in one hand. I really like the marking on the mask there with the silver bat. And also, as you can see, he has some spiky silver shoulder armor. And you can see a bit of a belt that has a silver bat there and some silver dots. And a similar pattern around the opening there on the jacket, where once again you can see a bunch of his abs. He has this cape, and it's kind of the more papery cape, not the more recent cloth cape. So that's kind of a disappointment. Now with the cape, armor, and cowl off, you can see the printing a bit better. There's no back printing, but I really don't mind because you don't see it. And also, as you can see here, the legs are molded in gray. And then they just do some black printing on the top. And also, there's a few like darker gray lines by the toes that might be kind of hard to see. They do a bit of printing on the arm to make it look like his gloves are extending up. You can see the face printing a bit better there as well. You can see his eyes are just like little tiny slits. They're like he's kind of yelling and closing his eyes or singing or something. And it looks more like he's yelling with the mask on. But then when you take the mask off, it looks more like he's singing. Next up is Fairy Batman. This is definitely one of my favorite minifigs in the series, just because it's so funny. It's basically a bright pink Batman in a tutu with wings. On the front, you can see the tutu. It's like over his black costume there. You can see some black around the sides and top, black arms, and he has like pink, like kind of fuzzy armband things. And then he has this little transparent pink fairy wand. Some slightly darker transparent pink fairy wings, and a pink tutu there. And then on the mouth, you can see that he's kind of disappointed there. And then you can just see his eyes in there. It's kind of hard to see, though, because it's white on a very, very light pink. Now, with all of that taken off, you can see the eye prints a lot better, and they're just small little slits, and then the pink headband. You can also see a bit of the tutu down there better. And also his ballerina slippers, which are double molded legs. And as you can see, there is no back print. I think they should have added a little bit of black around the edges like they did on the front there to make it look more of like kind of the tank topish type of a tutu. Next up is Clan of the Cave Batman. He is like a caveman version of Batman. And he has this big club here. And then on the front, you can see kind of like that classic caveman clothing where it's kind of ripped in the top and is just kind of like a toga type. And it is leopard print there, as you can see. And his mask here is just brown. It has a little bit of stitching on the top there, and he looks rather angry. He has a brown cape, and once again, it's the very clothy, not papery type cape, and not the clothy type cape, so that's a bit of a disappointment there as well. Now you can see it a bit better here, and you can see his armbands here, which look kind of leatherish. They have some straps there. Also, you can see the legs are double molded there, with brown boots. And a bit of side printing on the legs. You can also see the face print a bit better. And also he has kind of this type of necklace thing instead of the insignia there. And it's like a gray stone with a very rough bat symbol. The final version of Batman here, and once again, one of my favorite minifigs in this series, is Vacation Batman. He also comes with these two orange flippers, except if I put them on his feet, he wouldn't be able to stand there, because they don't have any, holes for studs to go in on the bottom. These are just generic orange flipper pieces, just molded in orange. And then also, this is a slightly different mold than normal. It's basically just a normal Batman cowl mold, except as you can see, it has glasses there. Those are molded on, not a separate piece. And then he's smiling there, and you can see that he's kind of wearing a bit of an open jacket type thing with a bunch of bat symbols all over them. It looks kind of like Batman pajamas, actually. And then I really love this floaty, this duck floaty that has the Batman mask on it, and I especially like all these markings around the side and the seam, because that makes it look a lot more realistic, because as a little kid, I loved the little floaty things, and they would always have weird little wrinkles and stuff around the side, and it just has a little duck tail back there. Now we have the floaty and mask taken off, and you can see it a lot better, and also he's wearing some swim trunks with a little bat symbol there, and as you can see, those are once again double molded. And this face looks really weird for a Batman minifig, because once again, these molded on goggles, they covered up the eyes, so there's no use for the headband there. So it looks really weird, and the eyes seem oddly high up. And I guess if you can't afford the Batcave set, this is a good way to get a Bruce Wayne head, and you could probably find some other pieces to kind of make a Bruce Wayne, because that is basically the Bruce Wayne head. Next up is minifig number 6, the very first one on the list that is not a variation of Batman. This is Barbara Gordon, and this one she's wearing her cop uniform. She has this nice cop hat with red hair molded onto the bottom there, and a little bun back in the back. And she has a little police badge on the edge there. She's holding handcuffs, and once again a police badge right there. A little tiny bit of back printing. Might be kind of hard to see. It's just a black belt, and then that red sash there. And she's holding the switch to the bat signal, which is just a black 1x1, and then a yellow 1x1 circular tile with the bat symbol printed on. And then she's also holding some handcuffs. Now I can see some of the printing a bit better, and she's just wearing dark navy blue pants here. And also, once again, you can see a bit more of her face printing, which is very nice. And she has a little smile there, some little eyes and eyebrows. Some more printing right there. There's the sash and belt, which we saw in the back. There's a little silver line there that looks like it's coming out of part of her pockets. You can very faintly see some pockets there. And then also there is a tie and a shirt that is underneath this jacket. Following up after Barbara Gordon, very appropriately, we have Commissioner Gordon. His hair is just this gray comb-over piece. And on the back here, you can see some nice printing, which is some straps and a bit of cloth detailing, carrying over from the vest on the front. He's holding this poster here that's a 2x2 printed tile, and it says "Wanted, the Joker." It has a little picture of Joker there and some lines underneath saying rewards and more information and stuff. And in the picture there, it's kind of creepy how everything is black and white except for his smile, which is a very, very bright red compared to the black and white of the poster. And then in the other hand, he's holding a walkie-talkie. Now with all the other stuff taken off, you can see the printing a bit better on his face printing. He has a very thin mouth right under the mustache, some big bushy eyebrows, big glasses, a bit of wrinkle detailing, and then on his sleeves here coming out of the vest, once again some more wrinkle detailing. And these arms are double molded. Half of the mold is this dark nougat color or dark flesh, and then the other is white. And his legs here have a decent amount of printing as well, some straps, police badge, belt. Overall, a great minifig. This is probably the least unique minifig on the whole list. It is Arkham Asylum Joker, and this is very similar to the Arkham Asylum Joker that comes in the Arkham Asylum set. So he's really not that unique, and you get very similar pieces. You get the hairpiece, and Joker heads. It's probably not the exact same print in many other sets, though, so he really isn't that unique. He has these handcuffs on, and he's wearing this orange Arkham outfit. And if we move his hands up a bit, you can see some more of the printing here. It's a little wrinkly here, and there's a little belt. He has this white undershirt showing there, as well as the flaps of the shirt. You can see the line going down, the zipper line carrying on to the legs as well. And then he has a bit more wrinkling detail there. And on the back it says Arkham, the belt carried over. And it's the wavy Joker hair that they've been using in all of the Lego Batman movie sets. And this face, which is kind of like a thin little smile. And some green bushy eyebrows there. The face, like the eyes have the little bit of blue behind them like they do in the rest of the series. And then his other face here is a lot more expressive and a lot better. He looks like he's about to cry, and he has this big frown there. And it's just like this great face. If we put the hair back on here, pretend, just ignore that bottom part there. That's what it would look like. It's like the greatest face ever. Next up is Dick Grayson. No, this isn't Robin. This is him in, like, street clothes. And as you can see, it's, like, a fairly simple design and kind of reminds me of the 60s Batman one that I have. And if you look very closely on the sweater, you can see little bird designs, which I'm assuming are Robin's, which is a clever little Easter egg. He's just wearing jeans. They have a bit of belt detailing and pocket detailing. The hairpiece is the piece that's being used for everything. And this here is the Bat Shark Repellent, a reference to the 60s Batman. As you can see there, it says Shark Repellent. And then on the other side, it has like a little logo with the X'd out shark. And this is also how it was spelled in the 60s Batman movie. So this is a really funny little reference. And overall, this is a pretty cool minifig. We take off the goggles hairpiece thing. You can see his actual face, which doesn't look as much like the Robin in the Batman movie, and just looks kind of like a generic city minifig. Next up is Pink Power Batgirl, and she was seen very, very briefly in the movie for like a few seconds. She's wearing this skirt which connects to the torso piece, which is a dress, and on the torso piece she has like a little silver and pink Batman signal, and then a silver belt which has a pink Batman logo. And this is like not one of the clothy capes, but not one of the very papery capes. It's kind of silky and smooth and stuff. And then she has a pink Batarang here, which is a color that I've never seen the Batarang made in. So that's kind of an interesting piece. And then her hair here is a ponytail with then like a little silver ponytail there. And you can kind of vaguely see her face print right now. With everything removed, you can see all the prints, and also you can see the face print a bit better. And that has like a little thin pink line around it to create a bit of a mask. You might be able to kind of see that, because it's very thin and hard to see in real life. Probably even harder to catch on camera. So that might help a bit. She also has a bit of lip detailing, and then her eyes are just pretty generic. Also, you can see like a bit of kind of tutu there down on the bottom, like leotard-ish thing. Also, her legs are double molded. She has a second face where she's very grouchy. And once again, no back printing, but then again, most of the time it's covered up by the cape, so I really don't mind that. These next 10 minifigs are all bad guys, and that's what I love about this minifig series and the whole Lego Batman movie series, is all the obscure, weird villains that we get. Our first one here is Red Hood, and no, it's not like Jason Todd Red Hood like this. It's the villain, not the vigilante. And at one point there was a villain who looked like this in the comic books named Red Hood. You really can't see much right now. He has two little Tommy guns here. He has a papery cape that really can't be moved because of this big body armor piece here. He then also has this red dome over his head. And you can see a little bow tie printing right there. And you can see a bit of his suit printing right there. And now I'm going to take all of this stuff off so you can actually see him. Here's him with all the stuff off. And that mask there actually looks kind of like this Red Hood mask. So if you weren't able to get a hold of this Red Hood and you wanted the Jason Todd version of Red Hood, you could do this, then give him the Tommy guns, and he can be like Red Hood in a suit. But then he has these purple hands. And on the back, absolutely no printing, but with most of the others, I don't mind because it's covered up by this the whole time. On the front here, you can see his suit, a little purple undercoat there. It's going to be kind of hard to see on camera because it blends into the black. There we go. Little purple bow tie and just suit detailing.